You're listening to Wed Talks with Wed. I'm your host Vedangi from White Wave Events. We are here to talk all things weddings. So let's jump in. Today's episode is about managing family expectations and traditions at the same time having everybody happy for the whole setup that's happening. Talking about expectations from family and traditions, and how you want to manage it, how you want to communicate it, is a very stressful situation, very sensitive situation, because you want to play this well, you want to also have everybody happy. It's a big day for you as a couple, but it's a big day for your parents also, seeing their child get married. And as a planner, I have seen so many incidents where the brides are so stressed, overwhelmed, going through a lot of anxiety because of certain situations and scenarios which are tense and that come up during the wedding planning process. To better manage them and to foresee them and already know how to take care of things when they happen is the best way to go about this, because it will happen mostly 99% of times. All brides and all couples go through the tense situations of making sure the families are happy, the traditions are taken care of, included in the ceremony and your timeline, etc. Now, during any tense situation, you want to be as communicative as possible. Logistically, management per se, if you have a planner and a day of coordinator in place, I would suggest always let them drive the conversation with all parties involved, from the family and the decision makers, so that it can be better taken care of and you don't have to conduct this hard conversation or a stressful conversation. You also from day one want to be very communicative about your vision of how you're looking at this day. How much time are you allocating for traditions, rituals, in regards to ceremony on the day of? You also want to in advance talk with your family and ask them their expectations, make a list, and already talk with them what is doable, what is non-doable, so they also have that processing time to be okay with what is not going to be included, because this is an emotional process for the couple and for the family. There's a lot of money involved. You're spending so much on your special day, and in the whole setup you want to make sure everybody involved is happy about it and cherishing each and every moment, even on the day off, because your mom and dad are going to be around you the most of the time. During the day it's emotional and you want to be happy. You don't want to think about the conflicts and the stress around certain sensitive situations of the planning process. You also want to keep expectations to the bare minimum, making sure you are communicating your expectations. If the 2-hour ceremony is expected from the family side, keeping all the traditions in place, etc., are you on board with it, is something you want to be as clear about in a very respectful way. Communications over here are the key. You want to be very respectful to all the suggestions and all the expectations that come your way, while respectfully communicating what you want your day to look like, or the vision, or what is important to you as a couple. If traditions are very important to you as a couple, you want to keep more time to it instead of keeping more time to entertainment and joyful picture taking moments of the day, and allocate time frame accordingly. But having clear vision holistically from your side as a couple and from the family side, and having this pre-decided and pre-communicated before you start your planning process and before you start hiring vendors, is the key. Decisions like who the vendor has to be, who the officiant has to be, who the priest has to be, are some things you definitely want to pre-communicate. If they have something in mind already, you want to know it in advance before you start making decisions. Sometimes the parents are the wedding budget investors, so in that case sometimes the couples are obliged to listen to the parents, because they are funding the wedding. So that becomes a very sensitive situation, and you want to think through that are you comfortable with doing that during the whole process of your wedding, because that is again a big factor to add stress and anxiety to the couple, and your whole planning process is curated around it. So these are some things that you can strategize and plan in advance, and things you can do, and things you want to think about before you start and before you get on the boat of planning and then coming through all these things. Because once the vendors are hired, once your team is hired, once certain major decisions are taken, then fulfilling these expectations and traditions is going to become a little stressful and sensitive. So having all these expectations and traditions pre-communicated, pre-decided, a vision shared, are gonna come in very handy and make the whole planning experience more peaceful and stressless. Thank you for listening to our episode, and stay tuned for our next episodes coming out every week.